Kirk Douglas, born Isser Danilovich Dembski on December 9, 1916, in Amsterdam, New York, was a legendary actor, producer, and philanthropist, known for his powerful performances and his significant contributions to Hollywood. His career spanned over 7 decades, making him one of the most iconic figures in American cinema. Early life and struggles. Kirk Douglas was the son of Jewish immigrants from Belarus. His father, Harry Dembski, worked as a ragman, while his mother, Bryna, was a laundress. Growing up in poverty, Douglas experienced a tough childhood. He had a passion for acting from an early age and worked hard to pursue his dreams despite the challenges he faced. As a young man, Douglas was known for his athletic abilities and was a competitive wrestler in high school. He later attended St. Lawrence University, where he majored in English and earned his degree in 1939. To support himself while in college, he took on various odd jobs, including as a waiter and a bouncer. After graduation, Douglas worked briefly in New York City, where he studied at the American Academy of Dramatic Arts, and began acting in the theater. Rise to fame. Douglas's big break came in 1943 when he signed a contract with Columbia Pictures. He adopted the name Kirk Douglas, a more stage-friendly moniker, and began building a reputation in Hollywood. His early years were marked by a series of small roles, but he quickly gained attention for his intense acting style and commanding screen presence. Douglas's first major role came in 1946 with The Strange Love of Martha Ivers, where he played a villainous role that would set the tone for many of his later characters. His breakthrough came in 1949 with Champion, a film about a ruthless boxer, which earned him an Academy Award nomination for Best Actor. This performance catapulted him to stardom, and over the next few years, Douglas became known for playing complex, often morally ambiguous characters. In the 1950s, Douglas's career continued to soar. He starred in a string of successful films, including The Big Cat, 1951, Detective Story, 1951, and The Bad and the Beautiful, 1952. The latter film earned him another Academy Award nomination. His performances were marked by his commanding voice, chiseled features, and the intensity with which he approached his roles. Iconic roles in Hollywood stardom. Douglas is perhaps best remembered for his portrayal of the heroic gladiator in Spartacus, 1960. Directed by Stanley Kubrick, Spartacus remains one of his most iconic films, and it cemented his place as a Hollywood legend. The film not only displayed his talents as an actor but also as a producer. Douglas, who was deeply involved in the film's production, famously fought to have the screenwriter Dalton Trumbo's name reinstated after Trumbo had been blacklisted during the McCarthy era. This act was a defining moment in Hollywood's history and symbolized Douglas's commitment to the rights of artists and freedom of expression. Throughout the 1960s and 1970s, Douglas continued to work in a variety of genres, from westerns like The Villain, 1979, to dramatic roles in films such as Lonely Are the Brave, 1962, and The Heroes of Telemark, 1965. His roles were often marked by a sense of rugged masculinity and moral complexity, qualities that endeared him to both critics and audiences. Personal life and philanthropy. Kirk Douglas's personal life was also marked by notable achievements. In 1943, he married actress Diana Douglas, with whom he had one child, Michael Douglas, who would go on to have a successful acting career of his own. The couple divorced in 1951. He then married Ann Bidens in 1954, with whom he had 2 children, Peter and Eric. The marriage, which lasted for over 6 decades, was considered one of Hollywood's longest and most stable relationships. Outside of acting, Douglas was a committed philanthropist. He donated millions of dollars to various causes, including the Motion Picture and Television Fund, which helps support elderly and sick entertainers. His most significant charitable contribution was his donation of his papers to the Library of Congress, where they are preserved for future generations to learn about the history of American cinema. Douglas also authored several books, including novels, memoirs, and works of history. His autobiography, The Ragman's Son, 1988, was a bestseller and revealed many personal aspects of his life, including the challenges he faced as a Jewish immigrant in America and his struggles with depression. Later years and legacy. In 1996, Kirk Douglas suffered a life-threatening stroke, which affected his ability to speak and forced him to retire from acting. However, his resilience and determination led him to continue working in the public sphere, and he used his experience to inspire others who faced similar challenges. Despite his health issues, he remained active in promoting charitable causes and in supporting his son Michael's acting endeavors. In his later years, Kirk Douglas was regarded not only as an enduring Hollywood legend but as a humanitarian and a family man. His legacy as one of the last stars of Hollywood's golden age was solidified by his work both in front of and behind the camera. He was honored with numerous awards throughout his life, including the Presidential Medal of Freedom in 2021, awarded by his son, Michael, in recognition of his lifelong contributions to American culture and society. Kirk Douglas passed away on February 5, 2020, at the age of 103. His death marked the end of an era in Hollywood, but his influence continues to shape the industry. He is remembered as a trailblazer in cinema, a fierce advocate for freedom of speech, and an example of perseverance in the face of adversity. Conclusion. Kirk Douglas's life story is one of grit, determination, and incredible talent. From his humble beginnings as the son of Jewish immigrants to becoming one of the most iconic figures in film history, Douglas's legacy endures. His contributions to the arts and his dedication to social justice have left an indelible mark on both Hollywood and the world.
Thank you for watching. Please subscribe our channel.